Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Monday, May 6th, and guess what? Last night, about 7 p.m. was officially 21 days. We are officially on the 22nd day, and we have 14 chicks that have hatched. So right now we have 11 that are in the incubator. We have 3 have moved to the brooder box, and we have a couple more eggs that are starting the pipping and zipping stages. Look at this one. You can see him in through the egg. They're going to pick at him all day. And really, their chirping outside will make these on the inside want to go ahead and get out. So we may have another 3 or 4 that come during the day today, which will be so exciting for you guys to be able to watch. And then we're going to leave the rest of these in here until they fluff up and get a little bit bigger, right? Until they can be moved to the brooder box. The ones that I have moved to the brooder box were born yesterday. They were one of the first ones born yesterday, and so they're ready to be moved to the brooder box, and I'm going to show you a little bit about them when we get over there. I wanted to show you all the different breeds. Look at all these shells that we have that have already hatched. And as you can see, when we say pipping and zipping, we say that they make their first little crack in the egg, right? And then they make another crack and another crack and another crack and another crack right beside the other, because that's where their face, remember how their face and their feet are all curled up like this on the inside? They're really cramped. And so this is the space that they have. And up here at the top is that air sac that we have looked at on a couple of these. You can sort of tell it on this one. See that pink membrane right there? It covered this little pocket over here, which was full of oxygen. And that's what they breathed before they got out. But you can tell all of these look like they've been sort of cut in half, don't they? And that's that process of pipping and zipping. See? See how just like they start on one side and go across to the other? So it looks like they've cut the egg totally in half, doesn't it? Isn't that so cool? And the rest of this are those blood vessels that we've been looking at for 21 days now. Isn't that exciting? And then also they have a type of umbilical cord that attaches to this red blood vessels and attaches to them, and then it takes a little while to get off of them. So let's take a look at the brooder box today and the 3 that we have over here in it. Oh, we have our heating lamp set up, so the temperature down in here is between 96 and 100 degrees. We have our jungle gym on this side. When they get, by the end of the day today, they'll be coming up over here and fiddling with that and figuring out what to do with it, because remember, their instinct is to get off the ground at night. Even inside a school where there are no predators, that's just part of their instinctual behavior. So they are going to figure out the food today, they're going to figure out the water today, and in fact, you sort of have to teach them the first time to use the water. So I want you to watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick one up and I'm going to take it over to the water. Get a little better handle on him. I'll let you see him up close in the light. Isn't he cute? Looks kind of like a penguin, doesn't he? Look at there. So he has a yellow belly. He has some yellow underneath his beak. Most of ours are black copper marans, M-A-R-A-N-S. That's the breed that our farmer in Pine Mountain has the most of. But as you can see that little yellow dot on his nose right there on his beak? That is his egg tooth. And remember, they only have that egg tooth for about 12 hours before they hatch and about 12 hours after they hatch, and then it disappears. So that little egg tooth is what was acting like a hammer to help him get out, right? How exciting! So what we have to do is sort of take his beak and dip it down in the water, because a chick does not drink with his neck at a 90-degree angle. He sort of has to scoop up the water, lean his head back, and gulp it. Gulp, 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 gulp. So what we do when we first have a chick is we just sort of take their face and press it down in the water, and that teaches him, hey, that's water and that tastes pretty good, and then they'll know exactly what to do. So I'm just going to dunk their head. See that? And this one's already figured out how to eat, but I'll show you on him. We're just going to duck his beak in the water, and then now they know exactly where the water is and how to do it. So they'll scoop it up, and they will lean their head back, and they'll gulp, 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 gulp. Now I'm going to show you the size of one, just so you can see it in comparison, how small it actually is. So I'm going to put him up here on the table and back away. Look at that. Isn't he tiny? In fact, look, let's put him next to a crayon. Look at there, little fella. You're going to peck at the crayon, aren't you? You see his size? Isn't he so cute? All right, let's check out his body. Let me get over here so we can look at him together real quick. Let's check out his body real quick. So these are his talons at the bottom. Oh, he already pooped. Okay, so let's check out his talons at the bottom. Look at his little feet. Look at there. Look at his claws. That's what he'll use to hold on to the perch at night and to roost. Right? And look, we've already looked at his beak. His eyes are on both sides of his head. They're not actually in the front of his face like yours are. One is on one side of the head, and one is on the other side of the head. And right past his eye is his ear. I'm trying to see if you can see it on him because he's so tiny, but there's a tiny, itty-bitty dot right past his eyeball that is his ear. So he has one ear on one side and one ear on the other side. I can't tell by looking at them at this age whether or not he is a hen or a rooster. So some people can. One trick that I saw one farmer do is they actually hold them by their feet upside down. And the way that they hang when you hold them upside down shows whether or not they're a hen or a rooster. A rooster will lean all the way back and sort of point his head down like this upside down. And a hen will sort of curl up like this when you lean them over like that. So that's one way. Let's look real quick at his feathers. These are brand new feathers. These are the feathers that have been growing inside the egg with them. Look how fluffy they look. You remember what that first layer of feathers is called? The one that acts as an insulation for them. We talked about that. There are three, well, probably more than three, but three that I know of, kinds of feathers that grow on a bird. You have the down feathers, and that's what these are the really soft, fluffy, close to the skin feathers that are really soft, and they cover the body to keep it insulated. And then he's going to have contour feathers that grow all over his body. Then he will begin to grow his flight feathers, and he will have long flight feathers that come out of both wings. And he'll have tail feathers back here in the back. See, he hasn't grown any yet. They'll be right there when he starts growing them. So as we watch them for the next week, you guys are going to see them grow. They grow really fast, don't they? Look at what's happened in 21 days. So we're going to have him for the next week. You're going to continue to see him grow. And this one's fast. Can continue to see him grow and see if he gets grows his little feathers and all that. Look at him. He's so cute, isn't he? So cute. All right, so I'm going to put him back over here in the brooder box. So right now we have 14. We do have one of our chicks that have a little bit of a problem with his legs. I'm not sure if I can find him right now, but he does have a little bit of a problem, and I've had that happen one other year before. So he may or may not make it. You know, we've talked about that with a farm. So you have life and you also have death sometimes, and so not sure about number 11, but they are so cute, aren't they? How exciting. I can't wait for you guys to get here today and see them. Woohoo!